going to quickly walk through how to take my book that I've done the most simple layout of. Here I've basically just got the text, and it's still got some typos and stuff, but maybe you want to see here how I can go in, customize the way that text looks, drop in some pictures, and kind of finish up this book, right? So on the front page, I've got some text. I've got a rotated text box in a nice rotated shape that's a little deformed. I'm pretty happy with that, but notice the inside covers here are pretty boring. So first thing, I'm going to just go in here and set a character style. So first, let me get this the way I want it to look. I'm going to stick with Bodoni. I'm going to... the word is apartment, not apartment. And I think that for line length, this needs to be in... maybe we'll call it Shady Town. And that works. He never smiled, he only frowned. Good, okay, so that's nice and large and appropriate for a kid's book. I'm gonna go in here, click plus. That's a new character style, and I can even name this like text for the book, or just regular text is maybe a simpler thing. And now I don't have to kind of remember what settings I have. For that, I can just go in here and select that text and apply the style. Select the text, apply the style. Select the text, apply the style. Select the text, apply the style. That's the easy way to quickly change how all my text looks. And then if like I need to go in and say, oh, I actually want to make that all a bit smaller, now we'll see that it actually updated the size of all the text in the whole book. So that's one quick tip for formatting text. Now the other thing that I've done here is I have these text boxes that I want to align to these margins. Maybe a couple of them I need to, slightly shift and change here. But when the text is at the bottom of the page, I want it to nestle at the bottom of the page. So in order to do that, I'm going to right click on these and go to text frame options. Inside my text frame, I can say align to the bottom, and now my text will not sit at the top of the text box, but at the bottom of the text box. That way now my text is kind of living right against those margins where I want it to be. I'm going to do the same thing here. Text frame options to the bottom. So let's line this up correctly first. Right click, text frame options, put that stuff to the bottom. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is I've gone ahead already and prepared some graphics. We're just going to bring those graphics in here. Bringing in graphics in InDesign is simple. We just need to go to File, Place. So I'm going to go into there now and then find the right images for each one of these things. The first one I need is just the sad solar panel. He's in here somewhere. Where are you at, sad guy? Huh. Well, maybe that image I need to create. So let's come back to that in a second here. But I will go in here and place in this picture of this technician by going to File, Place, finding that technician guy, okie dokie. I just need to then, with my cursor loaded up, drag a box or how big I want him to be. That seems appropriate. I'll move him into the center now. But as a page, that's pretty boring. So what I can do to make that a little bit more interesting is come in there with, I'll just make a rectangle to begin with. Maybe take the stroke off, make it magenta, and then I can just go to right click, arrange, send to back. That way my guy is in front of this nice color object here. And then with my white arrow tool, notice I have the object deselected. I come in with the white arrow tool, select the object. Oh, my corners are white now. If I click on 1/4, it turns blue, and then I can come in there and play around with the shapes, give this a little bit more life maybe. I don't know, you tell me. Certainly more interesting than a dude on a white background. So, just a few quick ideas here for trying to jazz up your booklet. Okay, next one. I'm going to do the same thing. File, place. Find my sad tree guy here. And then, you know, same deal. Now let's say that this is too small and I want this to be bigger. What you're going to notice is in InDesign that the picture doesn't scale, just the frame. To make the whole image bigger though, we can right click and go to fitting and go to fit content proportionally. That'll make sure it doesn't get stretched. And then all I need to do is come in here, make a new box again, because I'm going to put just a splash of color behind this guy. I'll make it blue this time, and I'll go to arrange, send to back. Now again, white arrow here, and I'm going to come in here. And notice that when you select an image frame, you have both the orange frame and the blue frame. The orange frame is the image itself. The blue frame is the frame the image sits in. If I have trouble selecting something that's in back, right, I can go in here and find that's my image, right, and this is probably my polygon. So if I lock this image, it will suddenly become easier to select that polygon behind, and then, you know, it's just a matter of, I don't know, I think maybe I'll try to line it up with that shadow I've already made. Look at that. Little W. There we go, that's kind of fun. Alright, notice too, if I go to File, Place, let's go bring in Mr. Sun here. Cool. File, place. I need my big smiley guy here. You can also make shapes here that span across 2 pages. I'm just going to go ahead and change the color to yellow. And I want to sort of make this become like the sun's rays here, so I'm just going to do a little simple box. But the nice thing is nothing that goes off the page will show up, so I can make this thing really go crazy here, charging up my solar panel. And then once I get that approximately where I want it, I can just arrange, send to back. And now if I look at that, right, wow, that is a solar panel getting charged up. Yeehaw. So right, just to make sure that everything's good, I can always hit fit content proportionally. If I want to move the sun, still can do that. Maybe I'll use my margins to help guide where I place that guy. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, and then one last thing, I'm going to be more particular. I'm just going to drag this box just a skosh that way. That looks good. Okay, and then last thing here, I'm just going to add a little information here to find out more information about solar energy. Head to energy.gov/solar. Now, a couple things about text here. First thing, I'm just going to go ahead and slap on our settings from before. But then I'll maybe make this guy a bit bigger, and then throw him in the center. Maybe throw it all in the center. Now, Here's the thing, if this doesn't look right and I don't like the way that the word solar is separated from this slash, you can always kern in that S manually by holding down Option and the left and right arrow keys to manually adjust the distance between letters. Just try and make that stuff look as clean as possible. Okay, so there's some basic steps then for formatting text and bringing in images in your book. I'll come back and make another video with some other tips and tricks.